Greetings, paranormal enthusiasts. Prepare yourselves for a spine-tingling journey into the unknown as we delve into three bone-chilling tales that will make your hair stand on end. I'm your guide through the eerie and unexplained, and today we've curated a collection of stories that will send shivers down your spine. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and ring that notification bell to stay updated on our paranormal explorations. Now, let's dive into the Ghostly Gazette, where the extraordinary meets the unsettling. I've always known that my house was haunted. It's almost a century old, and its previous owner died inside. Objects regularly disappear or change places, and sometimes drawers even open on their own. But the creepiest thing that happened to me was finding a handprint on a window that hadn't been opened for months on the exterior glass of the second floor, and footprints on my ceiling on the same day. One evening, after an ordinary day, I decided to delve into the mystery surrounding my house. I embarked on thorough research into its history and the life of its former owner. Local archives revealed unexpected details. The lady, once the owner, was passionate about the occult and conducted seances in the house. Rumors suggested she was attempting to communicate with the beyond. Armed with this new knowledge, I decided to explore the forgotten rooms of the house. In the dusty attic, I found an old journal containing cryptic notes about mysterious rituals. The pages seemed to exude a strange energy. The more I delved into the writings, the more I understood that something had been unleashed by these occult practices. The paranormal incidents took on a new intensity. Ethereal whispers filled the corridors at night, and moving shadows outlined themselves on the walls. Handprints and footprints became more frequent, leaving a tangible mark of the supernatural in my daily life. One day, after a particularly restless night, I decided to seek the help of a paranormal expert. An experienced medium agreed to come to my house to investigate. During the session, strange phenomena intensified, confirming the presence of residual energy. The medium suggested that the soul of the previous owner might be trying to convey an unresolved message. Guided by the medium's advice, I undertook purification and communication rituals to appease the troubled energy. Over time, paranormal incidents began to decrease, and the house regained an atmosphere of tranquility. When I was 2 years old, my mother and I moved into an apartment in Colmar. My grandmother visited us, and for the 3 days she was there, she refused to use the bathtub in the bathroom. Ain't worthy is that my grandmother is someone very clean, and it takes a lot to prevent her from taking a shower. According to her, there was something disturbing and unsettling about that bathtub. A few weeks later, my mother learned from a police friend that the previous tenant of our apartment had died in the bathtub, and several days had passed before his body was found. Neighbors had alerted the police due to the smell. My mother contacted the landlord, who confirmed that yes, the previous tenant had indeed died in the bathtub, and no, the bathtub had not been replaced since. She immediately gave notice and began looking for a new apartment. On the last evening in the apartment, while I stayed at my grandparents' house, my mother heard from the bedroom, "Mom, Mom, Mom." It was one of my teddy bears that would say, "Mom, if you pressed its belly," except my mother was alone in the apartment and had not pressed its belly. That night, a heavy atmosphere seemed to linger in every corner of the apartment, as if the walls themselves retained the memory of the tragic event. This incident involves my younger cousin, who is now grown but was only 3 or 4 years old at the time. His parents and he lived in a house in the countryside in the Landes region. The Landes is quite a distinctive territory, vast and sparsely populated. The house, though not very old, was around 30 years in age. At that time, my little cousin had trouble sleeping every night. His parents couldn't understand the reason until one day he told them, "The lady in red keeps coming back." After persistent questioning, my young cousin managed to explain that he often saw a lady in red near him, and it frightened him. Despite not being a devout Catholic and even leaning towards atheism, there's this ingrained rural tendency to turn to the village priest as a last resort. It so happened that this particular priest, a family friend, had undergone some form of exorcism training in Rome. He came to the house, performed his rituals without anyone present, and my little cousin never saw the lady in red again. The unsettling presence that had troubled his nights vanished after the priest's intervention. That was quite a journey through the realms of the supernatural. We hope these 3 spine-chilling tales sent shivers down your spine and left you questioning the boundaries between the ordinary and the unexplained. Share your thoughts, experiences, or maybe your own spooky stories in the comments below. Remember, the paranormal world is vast, and the Ghostly Gazette will be your guide through its shadowy corners. Until next time, may your nights be filled with only pleasant dreams. And if you hear a mysterious sound in the dark, just remember, it might just be a friendly ghost stopping by for a visit.